Gaming America here, speaking with Rick Meitzler, the CEO of Novamatic Americas. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having us.
My first question is about the show. We're here at Las Vegas G2E 2022. What does a company like Novamatic hope to get out of a show like this?
You know, there's probably two areas, two big shows for us. Obviously, the London show is the big one, and then for us over here, very important is the G2E show. So we've got a great presence over here. If you come to our booth, it's very large. We spend a lot of money investing in this market. When we come over here, we focus primarily on North America for this show, because European, we do it at the London show. So we try to focus on the latest products. It's a little bit different if you look at the European market to the US market. Is a different style of game. You don't see more of a gambler, more of a locals place, where if you look at over here, you go into these resorts. These are gigantic resorts, food, hotels, everything. So different type of player tends to be over here. So we have a whole portfolio of games that are built just for the US market, and the North American market, I should say. And that's what we focus on. We try to showcase our games here for this market, for our North American customers.
Yeah. And, sorry, would you say the show has been a successful one?
You know, I've been doing this, I've been in the industry 45 years, and this show, I feel like we're back pre-COVID. Pre-COVID, we were really starting to hit our stride. COVID hit, it went down. Last year was kind of a half show, because not all the Europeans could make it over. This year, the amount of people, if we can't sell, it's our own fault, because the people are here. They are back in droves. We've had more traffic through the booth than I think we ever have. So yes, the show's been, from a show's perspective, has been one of the best. Even today, we were just walking over here, bumping into people all over the place, which usually you don't see that on the third day. Yeah. Everyone's still coming. So yes, the show has been phenomenal from a visitation perspective, and hopefully that translates into lots of good sales. So.
Where would you say your biggest markets are in the Americas, and where do you hope to see the most expansion in the coming year?
Well, we have two big segments to our business. If you look at we're a European-based company. Novomatic has always been the leader in what we call street market, or smaller casinos, where we dominate that segment over in Europe. We've taken that over here into what we call the VGT or VLT section. And then one of the big markets there is Illinois. That's where we're based, headquartered in Illinois, Chicago. There's 43,000 street machines in Illinois, which we put in over the last 10 years. So that's what we concentrate on that segment. Illinois has been a great success for us. We're now moving into Georgia. We're going into West Virginia. We're hoping to expand more into Pennsylvania as we look to try to change the laws for the VGTs. So that's been our success story from there. Caribbean, Puerto Rico, and the Caribbean, we sell a lot of street market, because that's more that style gaming. Then you have out here, you have the casino style, the casino world. That's the most competitive. If you look at Pechanga, I think they have 29 different vendors on their floor. Big markets, lots of competitors. Cost of entry is a little harder, but that's the one we really focus on this show, because we bring out a lot of products to try and compete with the big guys. And that's the most challenging one. It's you really got to hit a couple home runs in there. We've had Money Party and Thunder Cash the last couple of years. Continually make the Eilers report and some of those type of reports. That's what you got to do. You got to get those winners out there and build that business. And that's one of the growth markets for us right now, is the casino side of the business.
Sure. Thank you. What innovations would you say is sort of leading the way in the next generation of slots, both slots and electronic table games?
There's a lot going on. You're seeing the electronic table games. I'll start there. Simultaneous betting, craps, every game you can put on simultaneous. When I say simultaneous betting, you can bet craps, baccarat, and blackjack. All those things are on these games now. You're starting to see more live games come on. You're seeing the influence from the iGaming on the live games on iGaming come down to kind of mimic that here in the casinos. So all that is a great innovation. One of the things we're seeing systems-wise, we do business with the U.S. military. The U.S. military has machines in other areas. We just sold them a system that's all based on fingerprints. So you pay and play with your fingers. All anonymous pay. You put money in one spot, play anywhere with your thumb, come back, collect off your thumb, and go. Wow. It's clean, and that technology, the biometrics, we have a facial recognition. technology. We can age verify you for some of the street markets. We can see your table players. We watch them. We know their movement. We know when they come on there. We can recognize them. Alert the pit boss that, hey, Joe's playing on this table. When he leaves, it automatically takes him off. So you can rate them. Those type of innovations, the cameras and phones and all that from the casino, the phones are starting to come more and more into play. And I think, the iGaming leads right into the iGaming. That's where the phones really come into play.
Yeah. I wanted to ask about iGaming and these sort of land-based slots. Are slots or electronic table games increasingly being designed with iGaming platforms in mind, and what does that look like exactly?
It's actually kind of the other way around for us a little bit. We produce, an average iGaming platform produces 7 games a month. We probably get 10 to 20 games a year on a land base, and there's over 400 titles. So we're seeing a lot of the data. We can get more data from a game online. We can get 100 years of data on play in a month's time online because it's just so broadly spread so broadly. So we're taking a lot of that data, translating those games from iGaming and bringing them into the land base. So you're seeing other manufacturers do it too. We're starting to do it. You'll see some of our games come out that started online and now they're coming there. So one of the innovations we're doing now is everything we design from an iGaming or land base can go back and forth easily. And that's important to keep growing the market because we design a lot of games for the iGaming. Why not have those and get that data, and we know which ones are good and move them down. Doesn't always translate, but you're seeing a lot of the YouTubers. They see those games, they come out, they play them. They give their recognition. The earnings go up. So yeah. The social media is really playing a big part on iGaming and starting to come into land base as we slowly transition from a land base to whatever tomorrow's gaming brings to us.
Do you see further hybridization on the casino floor? People sitting in front of a slot, holding a phone, something like that?
Yeah, I do. If you look at the sports betting, it's starting in the sports betting where you can play. A lot of the strategy in the U.S. was to start with the bricks and mortar and then go to what they call the bricks to clicks, so clicks on the phone. So standard sports betting, if you have just that, once you put it onto the phone, 80% of the play moves to the phone. So I think you're seeing that player and that younger player database that's going to want to have an experience on the phone. We have a system called Plurius that you can play on your phone, go into the casino, and we have this in Luxembourg where you put it on there, and now you're playing on a machine. When you're done with that, you go back on your phone and go play. So it's all connected through your phone and the machine, any machine on the floor. So that's coming. I mean, it's the U.S. might be a little slower to get it in here, but it's coming. The phone is just a tremendous tool, and I have young kids and they live their life on that phone. So that generation's coming. When they start, once they hit 35, 40 is when they really become more of a true player. When they get a little settled, they're not that far off now. That demographic is moving up into that age group right now.
Sure. Last question, where would you like to see Novamatic USA 18, 24 months from now?
Oh, well, obviously we'd like to be over in the top row over on the other side of the booth here. But we're slowly, we want to be, right now we're probably in that 6, 7 position for manufacturing in the U.S. We want to move up a couple steps onto that. Yeah. 12 to 18 months, that's where we want to be. 2 to 3 years, we want to be trying to knock on the big 4 door. So that's our goals. Is it achievable? I sure hope so. The power of Novomatic, it's a great company. It's well managed. Obviously, we're a private company with Professor Groff and Thomas Groff and Mr. Presh. The ownership of it is tremendous. They have great vision. They've been doing this for a lot of years. Their success in Europe is, we're having the best year I think we've ever had right now as a company, and it's exciting times to be at Novomatic. So.
Thank you very much.
All right.
This has been Rick Meitzler, CEO of Novamatic Americas. Thank you.
You.